we're active acquirers, we're active developers. First of all, what we wanted to do was figure out good markets where we could develop a quality product but at a cheaper, more competitive price and have projects that are shovel ready. Lastly, the other deal also is we have a successful track record of implementing this, and I'm going to talk about the No-Frills business models. We have these quality A-class interiors. They're top of the line interiors. But what we've done is we've stripped away all the amenities. So all the yoga rooms, all the gyms, all the juice bars. What we realized pretty quickly is when we ran our numbers, we were able to reduce our costs by anywhere from $25,000 to $40,000 per unit. Just construction costs, right? When we don't add all these frou-frou things. Now, the caveat to this is we're also really putting these in high traffic areas where the demographics are really high and a lot of these amenities are available, right? Because you need amenities, it's just that those amenities are like 5 minutes away. So we were able to reduce costs by 25, 40,000. That's anywhere from 15 to 30% reduction in our overall costs. That only resulted in a rent reduction of 7 to 12%, which means we have higher yield, which is basically a fancy way of saying we have higher cash flows, right? Going into the project. Now, why were we able to do this? Because we're able to do this by cutting these developments down into phases. Now, we've already done this. This is our 4th development of this type. We're able to cut this phase down. So what we do is we take a project, and instead of building the next Taj Mahal, what we do is we phase it out. And this way, with a lesser amount of equity, we are able to complete our projects over an 18 to 24 month period. But here's the catch. We never over leverage the project, right? Because think about it this way, right? You've got a $10 million project. You get a 60, 70% loan. You finish that phase. Because it's like build a 12-plex, lease a 12-plex. Build a 12-plex, lease a 12-plex. Because you're able to cash flow earlier on in the process, what you're able to then do is you're able to refinance these assets at the phase at a much quicker phase. So now you refinance the phase, you put on additional lower leverage, non-recourse debt on it, you've taken the same amount of funds and now gone on to the next phase. And that's very important because a lot of times when developers are cutting costs, what they do is they go the high leverage route. And that's not what we wanted to do, that's not what we do, period, but especially in this market where rates are going up, we really didn't want to do that. So in a nutshell, it's faster build times. The earlier cash flow, the earlier you build, the earlier you can cash flow. Because you can cash flow earlier, the lenders are prone and they have shown the ability to have a quicker refinance. When we have a quicker refinance, we're able to stretch our dollars longer because we need less equity. But again, it requires patience. It requires patience and it requires a team that has successfully implemented this before.
Well, the main reason why we started getting into this is the underwriting on our A-plus class mixed-use style apartments no longer works in the high interest rate environment, along with the rising construction prices. And what it comes down to is that you just cut all the amenities out and you provide an A-class interior with a very good location and a little bit smaller building. So you've got 2 sides on each unit and it allows for a lot more natural light to flow into the building.
We are using a modern charcoal black paint and a earth tone brown siding to mimic a cedar look, and this helps the buildings to blend right into the natural landscape. We strategically position the parking lot in the interior of all the buildings so that you don't see the unsightly cars and you see more of just the beautiful buildings and the landscaping.
Through the cycle of the project, we don't have as much maintenance, we don't have a dog park to take care of or a pool to deal with. So it's just, we're stripping out all the amenities and going to an A-class interior that everyone can enjoy. And it's very modern, brand new, trendy. So the young professionals are really attracted to this.
You can see in here that we do have floor to ceiling glass. We've got the real nice raw wood floors. We've got the taupe trim. We've got the white cabinets with the flat panel doors. So we've taken a lot of time. We just pay so much attention to detail. And this is throughout the entire project. And we really care about our tenants and we really care about the neighborhoods that we create. You can see here that we've also got windows in the bathroom. This is something that almost no builders do. This is just another way that we differentiate ourselves and we get the best tenant, best clientele we can have. Even just an example is these mirrors. Like these mirrors, you'll find these at some of the nicer hotels.
So we used this model and we realized it was much more profitable and more efficient.